Hello, listeners. My name is Charles Scott Sr. Charles Scott Jr. is out on assignment. He's working on a couple of other cases today. So I'm your guest for today and your moderator and your host and all in one. But again, we're here this weekend and I want to talk about some of the things that actually happened this weekend and some of the things that are happening in real estate and some of the things that may be affecting you and your pocketbook. The name of the program is called Can We Talk? I've been on the TV program for a number of years, and today we're going to talk about a special event that we're going to be having. I am the broker for Tri-State Realty. Been in business for going on 38 years, and I am past president of the local board of realtors, and we have talked many times about real estate, ways of saving money. I think the last three segments we actually talked about ways of you accumulating wealth and saving some money and being able to purchase a home. One of the main things that we try to do is to encourage people to share in the American dream, share in the wealth, and buy a property. Right now, people say it could be challenging, but you know what? Anything worthwhile is challenging. And that's one of the reasons why we're here, to sort of encourage you, give you some information, to sort of help you navigate you through those, murky times and tell you a little bit of encouragement and some of the things that you should be doing to make it a lot easier. So one of the things that I want to, let people know is that we are here to help you. This program is, from the onset, visioned by Eldridge Gloria Brown and also her daughter Bobby, in a group called Can We Talk, and the people and the youth. That's why it says Youth on the Move. Can We Talk is for adults and for youth, because the youth are the ones that are coming up, and these are the ones that you want to protect and leave that generational wealth for. It's for the youth. And also it's the adults out here right now. So our information is beneficial to not only to the adults, but also to the youth, because that's where you want to leave that wealth to, or to encourage people on just financial situations. One of the things that's encouraging, I always used to say, is in high school and in colleges, they teach degrees. You get your bachelor's, you get your master's, you get different types of degrees. But one of the things that they're lacking on is financial education. You have people that graduate from college, don't even know how to fill out a checkbook or a check. You have people graduating from college, don't even know how to, balance a business profit and loss sheet, or they actually graduate in a lot of debt because they were sort of illiterate to the financial situation. Credit card debt, student loan debt, not being able to navigate the waters of the financial world. So I've always been encouraged to tell people you need to educate yourself in being able to navigate the stock market, savings, CDs, business. If you look back and you see a lot of the people and a lot of the wealth that has been created over the years, a lot of these people, in many cases, did not go to college. Or in many cases, some of them went to college and they left college and started their own business. Look at Microsoft, look at a lot of these billionaires and billion-dollar companies. I'm not saying don't go to college, but I'm also saying at the same time, while you're in school, get yourself some financial education in. Or I'm encouraged that I notice lately in some of the states, they're actually making it part of the curriculum that you have to pass a course in financial literacy, where they teach you about savings, they teach you about the stock market, they teach you about how to build your wealth and how to multiply your savings and how to accumulate real estate. These are some of the things that they're now realizing that they have to teach the youth. Do you know that most people go into business during a recession? Let me say that again. Most people go into business during a recession or when times are hard because they can't find a job, and so they go out and they start their own job. Many of the jobs out there were started where someone started maybe in their basement, maybe in their bedroom, in the garage. These are people that have created businesses that have actually thrived and gone on to become millionaires and hire other employees. Most places and most of these people, they did not start out with 30, 40, 50 employees. They learned the ropes. They started out maybe two guys in their garage, like Microsoft or one of those companies, two guys in their garage or three people. When you hear their success stories, it's always, we had an idea. We drove around the city selling items out of the trunk of our car. Many of us have been addicted to a recent program or TV program that we watch called Shark Tank, in which you notice all of the people come with all of their ideas, and they, established a following, and they get some of the people there to invest in their business, and and that's where you learn how to raise capital. And when you don't have the money, if you've got an idea, you can raise the money if you've got an idea. There's people out there that can't think of everything. So if they see you have a good idea and you see that you're willing to put your own money and time into it, one of the questions that always interests me with the Shark Tank is they always say, how much of your money have you put into this? How much of your time? What is your marketing strategy? So when you come up with good answers about how you put all of your all into your business, it's determination. So the reason why I'm on this today is to basically tell you that this is what we do with this program. This program is geared towards, helping you being able to establish wealth, get ahead, to create, money for you, your children, a better life for your family. And in a lot of cases, that's done through, what we teach at in a lot of our seminars. And we have an upcoming seminar we're going to be doing on a Zoom class. And it's going to be Tri-State Realty, and also it's going to be Fairview Financial teaming up with us, where it's no cost, everything is free. We can go on Zoom, you can stay at home, and you can call me at 203-334-7434 and even register for that. And we're going to have many more of these educational Zoom classes, where it only lasts for an hour and a half, from 5 o'clock to like 6:30. You can, I'm going to give you some information on that before today's program is over with. And it's a brainchild that we thought up of, basically being able to reach as many people as possible. And ever since, the COVID, a lot of things are done on Zoom and on the internet. We have, a reach and a following that goes all across the United States and all across the world. The idea of investing, the idea of wealth is universal. It's not to any particular language or any particular country. Right now, things are being created and sold all over the world. The world is so small. Look at what happened with the shortage and the supply chain shortage. People realize just how small the world is. And a small country over in China supplies the entire world with goods. And when that one small little country over in China could not get their goods out of China and throughout the world because of the shipping crisis, it stopped everything. It stopped a whole lot of people from being able. People in the United States could not manufacture because they couldn't get the parts to put together, because each country is depending on the other country. One country might make one part, there may be 10 parts or 50 parts to a product. And out of those 50 items or 50 items in that product, maybe 30 of them come from 30 different countries. You get zinc from here, you get iron from here, you get, ore from here, you get a chemical from here, you get a part from here. And all these people ship these parts back and forth from country to country until they have the finished product. Some things come from Mexico, China, Ukraine, everywhere. So what's happening is the world is becoming small and everybody's becoming more interdependent on each other. So this is where, we are trying to teach people that they have to buy, sort of cooperate with each other, support each other, buy amongst themselves to create wealth. And that all boils down to, like I said, the seminar that we are going to be talking about, and we're going to be teaching people how they can create their own wealth and create wealth for your family. Get into owning a business. It's okay to have your regular job. Start off small, start off on the side, raise some capital. You can raise capital among your friends, your family. If you've got a good enough idea and you go to your family and your friends and you pitch that idea, and if they see that you are sincere and that you're willing to put your all into your business, they will contribute and they will help you and they will contribute money. You could start, this is where we get into the teaching of it. You could start a corporation. You could have shares of stock, preferred shares of stock, voting shares of stock. You could be the owner of the business and you could give everybody shares of stock, but you control the business. And as you benefit, they benefit. And then you could have stock splits and you could sell even more stock. You can go on the stock exchange. It's endless of what the things that you can do, that you can build up your wealth and build up helping each other. And you call it leverage. If you start off and you've got $1,000 and you go out and get investors and you go on and you sell shares of stock and you have $1 million, you can end up expanding your business, expanding your reach, helping more people if you've got a good enough idea. And don't be afraid to venture out. Don't be afraid to try. Dare to be great. Because, there's greatness in all of us. And that we can all get out there and we can all, come up with an idea, come up with a plan, and talk to people. I always believe, talk to other people who have done it. Find out what they did wrong. Find out what they're doing right. And so you don't have to fall into those, pit holes. It's always good to talk to people and surround yourself with people that have, done things. And you'll probably be surprised at how many times they have failed before they found success. It's like getting up and hitting a baseball. If you're hitting 300, you're doing fantastic. That's hitting the ball, 1 out of every 3 times. So you miss the other 2. People, they remember the misses, but when you hit the home run, everybody's your friend. They put you on their shoulders. They carry you around. They remember the home run. But if you don't get in and swing, you're out. You just can't stand there and look at the ball go by you. And this is what happens in life. Many people just stand in life and watch the ball go by them. And then they shoulda, coulda, woulda, and wish the things that they could have done or they wish they had done. You've got to be able to do like, famous singer out there, Frank Sinatra, get up there and sing from the highest hills. I did it my way. At least do it. What's it? Nike says, just do it. Get out there and try, but do some research first. Do some research, put everything in order, do what you think you might, want to accomplish, and do it, And time is out there to do things. If something doesn't work, go back to the drawing board, tweak it a little bit. Learn from your mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes. And then you will find that you can go forward. And once you get there, it's like the success curve. It starts off slow. And on the charts, you see where things go across, and they go up a little bit. Then all of a sudden you hit that one thing and it goes straight up. Instead of going sideways, it goes straight up through the roof. And then when it catches on, it just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And a lot of times people are so successful that they find that they don't have enough supplies. They get caught off guard. Maybe they're shipping out in one particular day, no matter what the product may be. Maybe you're selling flower pots and all of a sudden you're selling 20 a day, 30 a day, and all of a sudden it catches a hold and there's an order for 800 a day, 1,000 a day, and now you caught off guard. You don't have the materials, but that's a good thing. Then you get out there and you start hiring people. So these are some of the ideas and these are some of the things, I got off a little track here, but I want to let people know out there the purpose of this program is to educate people, to give them an idea of some of the things that they can do. And, one of the things that we believe strongly in is doing that with, real estate. Like I said, I'm the owner and the broker of Tri-State Realty, and real estate is a good investment. As long as you know what you're doing and as long as you study and, have more knowledge about the market. It may not be as good a place to be if you don't do any research and you just jump out there and you just start doing things without having any kind of knowledge about what you're doing. Some people may be good at just buying a single family house and fixing it up. And what happens is the value of that property goes up if you buy it right and if you stick to it. Over the long run, though, it increases in value and it creates a lot of opportunities for you. Maybe you want to be a landlord. Maybe you want to get a multi-family house. I would suggest start off with a 2-family house if you can afford a 2-family house. All of this deals with, in real estate, the main objective is income. If you can, when you go to qualify for a mortgage. When you're looking to get a mortgage, people call me up and say, Mr. Scott, where do I get started? How do I get started if I want to buy a house? Well, what are the banks looking for? I think the most important thing out of everything in there is income. They want to see that you have a steady income and money coming in every week or every month or whatever it may be. If the credit's not that good, and a lot of people say, well, my credit's not that good. Well, work on the credit. Credit can be fixed. Credit should not be bad forever. As a matter of fact, the courts even allow that if you have debt that you haven't paid on for 7 years, it comes off your credit. You can't be, in debtor's prison. Years ago, when I laugh and I think about that, just think, years ago they could put you in prison if you didn't pay your bills. Call it debtor's prison. Come knock on your door and say, oh, you got to go to jail, you didn't pay your bills. So if that was the case now, there'd be a lot of people, depending upon the rules and regulations, that would be in debtor's prison. They'd have to let them all out and send them back to work so they can make some money. But everything has an opening. So credit you can fix, credit you can work on. If you got a lot of bills, chip at it a little bit at a time. They say, how do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. You gotta, and I guess over a period of time, but you wouldn't want to take that long. But when it comes down to your debt or your bills, you want to consolidate your bills, or you want to maybe that's another class in itself. These are some of the things that we teach you. How do you improve your credit? Pay off some of your debt, consolidate some of your debt. Maybe you can call the creditors up and bargain with them so that you don't have to pay as much. These are things that are all possible. Get a copy of your credit report. See what's on there. Most people say, oh, my credit's no good. What's on there? Oh, I don't know. I just know it's no good. Well, how do you know? Oh, because I didn't get this thing that I applied for. Well, maybe somebody else's credit isn't on your credit report. You don't know that. So get a copy of the credit report. This is one of the things we say. So when people are looking to purchase a home, what is it that they are looking for? What are the banks looking for? Well, the credit report is one. The other thing is job. They want you to be, employed. Naturally, how are you going to pay the money back? But they try to look for at least 2 years in the same occupation. And even if you change occupations, it's okay as long as it's the same type of work. They don't like to see people that jump from one job to the other every 6 months, or you're changing jobs and now you're doing this. 1 minute you're a truck driver, the next minute you're in sales, the next minute you're over here, and the next minute, because they say, what happens when we give you that mortgage? You might get caught in the middle, be unemployed, and how are we going to get our money back? Now, maybe you, work as a truck driver for a company, and they're paying you $25 an hour. So you say, oh, okay, this company over here is going to offer me $30 an hour. That's okay. You might be at one company 6 months, you might go to the other company for 3 months, and now all of a sudden maybe another company comes along, hey, we'll give you $40. That's okay too. But it's the same kind of work. See, the bank says, well, we're not worried about this guy quitting his job because he knows what he's in for. He knows that that's what he does. So it's the same kind of job. But when you go from one to the other, one different type of job, then that creates a problem. They like to see stability. So if you're looking to get qualified for a mortgage, they want to look and they want to see that, number one, you've been on the job for a while. They want to see, number two, that your credit is not too bad. Most of them look for a 620 or over. And like I said, you can improve the credit. They look at your income. So income is the main thing that's there. So if anything that I say keeps a lot of people from doing things, it's income. Because look at it this way. If you have the income, you don't have to worry about paying your bills to begin with. If you have enough income, you shouldn't have bad credit. If you have enough income, you should have some savings. So income is the main thing. So people have to figure out, how can I make more money, or how can I save money and not spend money on frivolous things? A lot of times people don't realize that they spend money on, if you add up all the money that you spend on this item, that item, you got to have the latest fashions, you got to have the new car, you got to take all the vacations, you got to keep up with the Joneses. You're talking around your friends or your boys, and they've been here, they've been there. A friend of mine, he just came back from, a vacation. Here now he's going off for, another vacation for another couple of weeks. And then he's taking off and he's going to another place. Then he was out of the country. This is all money. You get there, you got to pay bills. You got to stay at a hotel. This is a lot of money that's being spent. It's okay if you have unlimited amount of money, or maybe if you have real estate and you have investments. But for an average working person, this is money that's going out the door. And one of the reasons that people give me that do that, they say, is because I worked hard and I deserve it. Well, I can understand that, but you're going to work even harder trying to pay those bills back, and so therefore, you may deserve it, but it's going to be harder. But I want to tell you about this event that's coming up, and I'm going to put it on the screen right here. This is a home buying seminar that we're going to be having, and it's on Zoom. It's August 24th. Hopefully you can get this message out before that date. And it's from 6 o'clock, and it's on the Thursday. And you can even scan, if you can get your cell phone out, and you can scan that scan bar there. Or you can call me at 203-334-7434. You see the phone number down there. And if you missed this one, we're going to have a series of these. And it says, if you look there, it's a home buying seminar, and the website to go to is called BridgeportHomeseminars.com. Write that down, BridgeportHomeseminars.com. Kind of catchy phrase and easy to remember, right? BridgeportHomeseminars.com. So you can go on there, you can register, you can scan right there, or you can call me. Again, my phone number is 203-334-7434. You should be able to read it right down there in the bar, and you can register. This is not the only one. This is just the beginning of some of the things that we're going to do to bring education to the community with these free seminars that are on Zoom. And you can go there. Some of the things that we teach you on our TV program is going to benefit you, benefit your family, and there's a series. You can go on YouTube. You can see a lot of our programs on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Instagram, we're on TikTok. My son Charles Scott Jr., he's my IT person, and the youth today, they're not like us old timers. Everything is on social media, TikTok, or Zoom. Where I used to go out and reach 25 people, they can go out and reach 25,000 people just by hitting the button. They can go, where I used to have to get in the car and buy gas and ride around, they can reach the world. We have people that call us from Europe, from France, from all over the world, because all they have to do is go onto the internet and they follow us and they look at and they read some of the things and listen to some of the things that we're doing. So it's amazing how small the world is today. But just the mere fact that you're looking at this is telling me that it's educational, and hopefully you will continue to watch these segments and tell your friends about these segments and get an idea of some of the knowledge that I can impart to you to be able to help you and your family, and so that you could reach greatness and create wealth for you, your family, your children, and for other people. Have other people share in or tell them about our program. Again, my name is Charles Scott. I am the broker and owner for Tri-State Realty, 880 North Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I'd like to wish everyone out there success and health. Until next week, God bless.